Hey guys, how are you doing? It's Catherine, and I wanted to talk about using Canva with Tangent Templates today. And I've got some really good news, which is that I finally managed to make contact with a representative from Canva who spoke directly with their legal team, and we have confirmed some information about their licensing. So in the past, what we've been saying, and basically their licensing up until last November, was that you couldn't use any of the single-use images or elements in print-on-demand products, including KDP books, which was a huge bummer for a lot of us. So the good news is that Canva have now changed their licensing so that they just have this one design. So it's no longer single-user, multi-use, all of those things. Now they have a one design policy. So you can pay per image for $1 per image, or you can use the Canva Pro membership, and those images that you get with the Canva Pro membership or by paying for the images, those are now good to use in your books, on your covers, in your interiors. You can use those images in print-on-demand books. Yay! That is what we've been hoping for, what we've been waiting for. And it means that now you can create all kinds of covers and interiors using Canva. And of course, you can use tangent templates and modify, customize those tangent templates exactly how you want in Canva. So you can add color, add your own images, things like that. So I believe the Pro subscription for Canva is $12.95 a month, which is a bargain because you get loads of other things with that as well. But you do get access to all those images and templates and backgrounds that they have in Canva. So let me just show you. This was the conversation that I had with them. Because before, what they used to say was that, yes, you can use these images in books. But then when you asked them if they're print on demand, they said no. Now they said, yes, hi Catherine, confirm with the team there are no restrictions in using Pro images for printing as long as they are used in a design. So you do have to change them up a bit. You can't just put like one Canva image on the cover and sell a notebook that's just one Canva image on the cover. You do have to create a design from them by mixing several images, adding text and so on. However, if you're using an image with people in them, so this is talking more to fiction writers and content writers, said if you're using an image with people in them, it would be great if you can include a note in your book saying that the person is a model. So like if you make them a supervillain, some poor model doesn't get harassed in the streets. But yeah, the good news is that we can use our images with print-on-demand books. Yay! So let me move on from this and let's talk about how you can customize tangent templates using Canva. And I think this is a great combination because tangent templates allows you to create interiors. We are 100% tailored to making beautiful interiors. We have thin lines, we have all these cool little widgets, like you can create these flavor wheels for wine tasting. You can create dot grid journals, like for example, this one here, you can see I've made spaces of dot grid. These kind of things work great in tangent templates. There are some things which are awesome in Canva, like adding color, adding your own pictures. Let's take a look at how you do that. So first of all, what I'm going to do is just go into our regular interiors, and I'm actually going to download a planner page. So we have the daily planners, weekly, monthly, and yearly planners. I'm going to go really simple and just grab one page, which is a yearly planner page. But of course, you can do this with any of our designs, any of our templates. And this works with anything you've created yourself in the interior designer as well. So I'm going to grab my yearly planner. I'm happy with the font choices, the year. So I'm going to hit save and download. And what that does is saves a PDF file to my downloads folder. I'm on a Mac. If you're on a Windows computer, it might look slightly different. Cool. So I have my PDF. Now, the problem we have is that Canva does not let you import PDF files. So you need to convert that to a PNG. I know now there's a lot of acronyms and it's starting to sound scary. It's really not. This is all you've got to do. Go back to Tangent Templates, go to More Tools, and right here we have this tool. It's called the PDF Inspector. Now, this is a hidden gem. This tool is really, really cool because what it lets you do is upload any PDF and Tangent Templates will check it out, give you the sizing of the page, give you a whole bunch of information and tell you if it's likely to generate errors when you upload that PDF to KDP, which is a huge bonus. For now, though, we don't need to do that. All we want to do is convert our PDF into a PNG file. So I'm just going to hit upload, and in my downloads folder, there is the PDF that I just downloaded. So it checks through it because it checks through any PDF you upload. And you're just going to click again and click download all pages as PNGs. This was quick because it was just one file. It was just one page. But you can actually upload multi-page PDFs into this as well. So I'm going to show you that again really quickly. And I'm going to show you this time with a multi-page PDF. So this is a design I created in the interior designer. And you can see there's several pages in here. There's wine tasting, cocktail recipes, whiskey tasting, all these things. And there's also some planner pages. So I'm just going to download that here from the interior designer. And again, there's my PDF. So it saved it as a PDF. Great. So what I'm going to do with that now is again, go back to More Tools, PDF Inspector, upload a PDF. There's my new PDF that I just downloaded. So I'm going to upload that. Click to view the fonts and all the information on it. And this gives you so much information. Like if you've created a PDF in another tool, you've created your own PDF, you can check it all out here. Make sure everything's just as it needs to be for KDP. It'll tell you what fonts are in there, all sorts of information. So boom, there we go. There's my PDF right there. I'm going to hit download all pages as PNGs. Say OK. And again, that creates a zip file in my downloads. I'm going to open that up there. And in that zip file, you can see it's converted all those pages to PNG images. So super easy. You see the process. I've done it through twice there. Now let's go to Canva and play with these. So I'm going to go into Canva, and this is super easy. I'm just going to go create a design, and they have this option here, start with an image. So I'm going to go start with an image, and actually what I want to do, I'm going to use the planner first. So I'm going to select my planner. There it is, it's uploading. This is just a basic planner from Tangent Templates. And you can see here, this is why it's really useful to use both tools, because Tangent Templates can do things like create these pages for you with calendars and with specific interior widgets. And then you say edit image, boom. Here it is on the page, and it keeps the sizing and everything. In fact, you can see here, these are the correct pixel dimensions. Now I'm going to talk in a moment about how you can get the correct pixel dimensions from scratch if you just want to start your own interior in Canva. So here we go. This is our yearly planner page, and now I'm going to edit it. So let's take a look. So I'm going to go across to backgrounds. There it is. And I'm just going to select this one. And now we have a pretty sky behind our yearly planner. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to bring the transparency down on that a little bit. Now, Isaac wanted me to let you know that you need to be a little bit careful with transparency. Sometimes if you make an image on the front transparent, like if I tried to make this text transparent, that may cause some printing issues with KDP. Be very careful using transparency on text, especially, or on any images in the foreground that cover up text. It's pretty safe to do on backgrounds, but technically KDP say be careful with transparencies. It's better to flatten an image. So what that means actually is saving it as an image and then converting it back to a PDF. Now, I think if it's just a background and you're using transparency on a background, you don't have to worry too much. If you're using transparency a lot and you're using it on text, then I would recommend getting a test print of your book just to make sure it looks the way you want it to. Or just try and avoid using transparency if you can. So there we go. This is the calendar image that I've created. And now all I'm going to do, if I want to get that out as a PDF, I'm just going to go download and save that as a PDF print image. So boom, we have now gone and customized a page of our book in Canva. Let's do that again with another design. I'm going to go to the home page of Canva. Again, I'm going to do create design. I'm going to start with an image, and I'm going to use one of my wine tasting pages now. So there we go. There's a wine tasting page, uploading that image. Okay, and now we're going to click Edit Image. So there's our wine tasting page. Now, if you want to do something fun with this, like for example, let's see if I go to my desktop. Oh, I have a picture of me drinking wine. If you want to put with my cat. If you want to put something like that onto your page, now you can do that. You can insert your own pages, your own pictures. There we go. You can see I covered up that particular wine image there, and I put my picture in. Hey! I can also change the background again, of course. If I wanted to put like something like that, I could do that. So also you can put an effect on here to grayscale your image. So you just go to Filter and you can apply grayscale, or that version of it. So this is pretty awesome if you want to add your own pictures, even if you want to do it without color. And of course, if you do want to add color, then you can go in here and you can add your own backgrounds and so on. So you can create a color page doing that. So this gives you a ton of flexibility. If you want to add more, you can just add another page in here. So we can go in and we can upload our images. That's another way to do it. So we've actually created our images from the wine planner here. So if I wanted to go in and add sort of planner pages, I can go and grab these. There it is. There's a wine planner. So another way to do it is just to pull the design there and make it bigger. So much you can do by combining Tangent Templates and Canva. It really is a cool combination for editing and just doing new things with your books, and it gives you a whole lot of flexibility because really you get the best of both tools doing that. So just a couple of points that Isaac wanted me to let you know about if you're creating interiors in Canva, and this because these are just some of the most common mistakes or problems he sees when people are trying to upload their books to KDP. The first one is be careful with your font sizes. It's recommended that you don't go below 7-point fonts, which are really, really teeny and may print not very well. So we recommend staying above a 7-point font size. It actually is safer to stay a little bit above that, around the 12-point mark if possible. And the reason for that is that not all fonts are consistent. So 7 points in some fonts might be a lot smaller than others. But just avoid using teeny tiny fonts. That's one thing. The other thing that Isaac wanted me to let you know is that it's also important to check your photographs, any images you use, to make sure they are above 300 dpi. So if you're bringing in pictures into Canva, like I brought my wine Catherine picture in there, it's a good idea to check that picture is 300 dpi. If you're not sure what that means, it's fine. It's just a quality check. And we actually do this for you. So if you want to check that image, what you're going to do is go back to Tangent Templates. And again, you're going to go into More Tools. And this time we're going to look at the DPI calculator. And then I'm going to upload my image. So there it is. And there's Catherine drinking wine. And if you scroll down, you can see this image at 300 dpi would convert to 7 inches in width, 10 inches in height. So as long as you keep your image, don't make it bigger than 7 inches. And as you can see, I'm using it pretty small there. It will be fine. It should print without problems. But always proof your book. And if you're worried at all, order a copy from KDP. It's only about $3 usually for an author copy. And it's worth doing it if you're trying something new, you're worried about print quality, you're experimenting. It's always a good idea to get a copy of your book and have a look at it. And also, it's cool to show it off and make adverts and make videos where you read your book and show it to people. So what if you want to start from scratch with Canva? What if you want to create an interior page or you want to create a cover in Canva? Well, we have got you covered. So let's close all of these. And let's start again. So what I'm going to do, if I want to create an interior in Canva, and I'm not sure what size to use, what I'm going to do is go over to Tangent Templates, and I'm going to go to this tool, which is the KDP Helper. And I use this all the time because it's an awesome tool. And what this does is it gives you all of the standard sizes in KDP. So you can choose whatever book size you want. If you want 6x9, you want 8.5 by 11. Those are sort of two of the most common. What you can do is go here and I'm going to choose 8.5 by 11, which is US letter size. you tell the KDP Helper whether or not you want to include bleed. What we advise for bleed is that if any of your pages have designs that go all the way to the edge, so for example, lined paper, because the lines will go all the way to the edge of the paper, then you want to include bleed. If you have white space around your page, then you do not need to include bleed. So for example, this design has white space around the edge, so you would not need to include bleed. But if we added a page that looked like this, if that page was in your book, then I would add bleed to your whole book, just so it gives you that space for those lines to go all the way to the edge without getting cut off. There we go. If it's got white space around the edge, include bleed. If there's no white space and your designs go all the way to the edge, then you do want bleed. Let's go back to Tangent Templates there. So what we're doing, KDP Helper, we've put in our trim size. We're going to say how many pages there are in our book. We're going to make a 100-page book. You can select the paper type, whether it's white, cream, or color, and then you're going to choose bleed, yes or no. So we are going to add bleed for this book, and then you're going to hit continue. And boom, what the KDP Helper gives you is the dimensions for a cover or an interior. So let's do an interior. I'm going to show you how to create an interior page. If you scroll down, this actually gives you the specific Canva size you need for your interior with bleed. So you can see it's added the bleed amount on here. So without bleed, it would have been 8.5 by 11. With bleed, it's 8.625 by 11.25. And this KDP Helper tool is awesome because you don't have to keep all these calculations in your head. You don't have to worry about the margins, things like that. We give you all the information you need. So you can go ahead now and go to Canva and you can do custom dimensions. And then what we're going to do is select inches. And you're going to go back and look at your KDP Helper. So 8.625 by 11.25. So 8.625 by 11.25. Create a new design. And that is the size of your page. So now you can go ahead and put whatever you want to put on that page. So if you want to include pictures, for example, in your books, I can totally go in and put my picture in there. And I can put a pretty background there, and now I can download that as a PDF. Great. Now we have also given you a template for interior pages. So if we add another page, I'll show you how the template works. So if we go back to Tangent Templates, you'll see here on our interior page, we have the PNG here. This is an interior template that you can then go back to your page here and you can just drag and drop that in and size that to fit. And what's nice about this is that this gives you the margins. So you know that you need to keep your information inside this space, that you know that this is the bleed space around there. So we've given you pretty much the tools you need to create your own interiors in Canva or to customize and modify ours. Or, of course, customize and modify the designs that you've made using our interior designer. So these two tools just work so well together. It is unbelievable. So now let's take a look at how we would create a cover for our book. I'm going to go back to Tangent Templates. And of course, I don't need to change anything because we've set up our book here, 8.5 by 11, 100 pages, paper type white. And I'm going to go to dimensions for the cover. And again, this does all the math for you. It gives you the sizes you need for Canva. And we recommend doing a print-ready PDF. So you have two options. You can use the KDP Cover Creator. I'm not a huge fan of the Cover Creator. I think that Canva's a lot more powerful, gives you a lot more options. So I recommend just using Canva to do a print-ready PDF. And of course, if you want to make your cover in something else, Keynote, PowerPoint, Adobe, you can grab the dimensions there as well. But we just want to make a cover in Canva. So we're going to grab this information, the print ready PDF, the full cover, that's going to be the front, back and spine. It does the calculation, 17.48 is the width, and then the height is just still 11.25. So I'm going to go back to Canva. Again, we'll do create a new design. This time we're going to put that information, 17.48 by 11.25. So there it is, create a new design. And again, we have included a template for this. So if you're a little worried about this, you're not sure, you can grab the template here and you can just bring this into Canva, drag and drop it in, pull it so it fits in the corners. And this is a nice guide for you to design on. So you can design on it. What I like to do, I tend to get rid of this and then I'll just work on my cover there. So I'm just going to cheat this a little bit I'm going to pick a template with something like this one. This is such a quick way to create a book cover. And then I'm going to just resize that text, make it like 100 points. We'll make this small. Bring this over here. And then, of course, I can call this like Catherine's Art Journal. And make it a bit smaller there. There we go, Catherine's Art Journal. Put that there. Of course, you could put your name there. We'll delete that. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. That's like a cover in about 3 minutes. If you want to put your information on the spine, what we recommend is you can take this text, bring it over here. What you're going to do is flip that around like that. Straighten that to 90 degrees. And then my little cheat for putting your text on the spine is just go here and select Position, Center. And that should put it directly in the middle of your book, which will be on the spine. Now, if you want to check that, then what you can do is bring in that template. So there's the cover template. And I'm just going to put this over the top to make sure that everything falls in the place that I want it to fall in. So yeah, you can see that that text is bang in the middle. And then I'm just going to get rid of the template again. So there you go. That's how you can create a cover very, very quickly for your book using Canva. And then what you're going to do is just go download and you're going to do PDF print and download. Now, you can see that's not like the most inspired cover in the world. You're probably going to want to add some more elements to that. So I don't know, we can go art and choose. Now, again, you can see this is where things have changed. If you look at the dots on an element, you can see it now says free for Canva Pro. And if we click on the information, it now says licensing made simple. You can use the media like this, and it says learn more about the license. And you can see now that everything is one design use license agreement. Now, I'm telling you this in January 2021. It's possible it may change again in the future, but as of last November, this is the way things are, and these are the new rules. And we have confirmed with Canva that you can use these images in your KDP print-on-demand paperback books. Yay! Okay, so we have created some designs using Canva, using the interior designer in Tangent Templates, and now we want to put it all together in a book. Well, what we've done in Tangent Templates is we have given you a tool called the Tangent Builder, and this is an incredibly powerful tool. Now, I know some of you have watched older videos or you like the old way of doing things. If you still like doing it that way, you can switch to classic mode and get the really easy version of this back there. However, we recommend that you use this newer version of the Tangent Builder. There is a slightly more of a learning curve to it, but it's much more powerful because it allows you to do multi-page select, and also you can drag and drop different pages around your book. Now, the Tangent Builder is here for you to create a book. What I'd recommend is actually starting with a basic book template. So if you feel like in your book you want to have dot grid pages all the way through, you can use a dot grid as your default page in your book. You can also start with a PDF. So for example, let's start with a planner. So I'm going to go to the interiors. I'm going to open that in a new tab. and I'm going to go to my interiors, and I'm actually going to go to the dynamic templates, and I'm going to generate some monthly pages. There we go. So this will create 12 monthly pages with all the dates filled out for 2021. If you want to do a different date range, you want to do 2022, you want to start it in September or in June for an academic calendar, you can absolutely do that. You can change these fonts, and you can add different options if you want to start it on a different day or hide the days or anything like that. You can put those customizations into this to create your date template. So I'm going to go here to my builder tool, and I'm going to click on one of these pages. Now, every time you click on a page, you'll see two tabs. So there's templates, which includes all the templates in Tangent Templates. These are all the standard templates. So we've got all the mindfulness ones there. We have all the educational ones. Like, there's a whole lot of templates you can use here. Or you can go to uploads. So I'm going to go to upload a PDF. So if I look here, this is the download I just created with my monthly pages. So you can see there's 12 of them, one for each month. Now, if I want to bring all of those into my book, I'm going to do import all pages. And I can import them on both sides, which will do January, February, March, April. Or I can do left side only or right side only. So that will put them in alternately. So you've got to decide whether you want it on the left side of the book, the right side of the book. I'm going to choose actually the right side of the book for this. And I'm going to do import all pages. And you can see here that it's got January, February, March. So this is a good start if I want to start putting pages into this. Let's say I want to add my yearly page that I just made using Tangent Templates in Canva. If that's the case, I'm going to go page 2, and I'm going to upload in the pretty download I made there. So this is the page I made in Canva with the pretty background, and you'll see there it is. So now I'm just going to click that, and I'm actually going to drag that to the front of my book. I'm going to add another page here. Let's delete. Actually, let's make that a blank one. There we go. Okay, so now what I have the yearly page here, then I have January, February, March, and so on. So now what I can do is include any information I want in these months. So for example, if I made some pages in the interior designer, like my wine tasting pages, I can go in here, grab the PDF that I created in the interior designer. You've got to wait for it to upload. And we do have an upload limit at the moment of 20 megabytes. But as you can see, that actually lets you upload quite a lot of data and quite a lot of pages. So unless you're using like huge photographs, 20 megabytes should cover you for most interiors. So I'm going to grab my wine tasting page now and put that in there. Great, so there's my wine tasting page in there. Now I'm going to copy that a couple of times. And I'm going to change these pages to be, let's see, I'm going to add, what else have we got? We've got a recipe. Oh, I could put a recipe page in there as well. So there we go. I'm going to add 2 recipe pages. So I'm just grabbing those from my uploads like that. And you can see what I'm doing is just building a book here. So we have, now we've got the yearly page there, the monthly page, a wine tasting page, 2 recipe pages. So let's say I have several pages that I want to include again. So what I'm going to do is go to multi-page select, and I'm going to select that page, and that page. And then I'm going to say insert selected pages after page 6. So I'm going to go ahead and paste those in there. So you can just repeat that each time you want to repeat those pages. And this really lets you build up a cool planner. Let's start a new project. I'm just going to load up the Tangent Builder again. So let's say I want to copy multiple pages throughout the book. So like, let's say we were making a grid book that people have hexagon pages on one side, they have graph paper on another. Let's see, what else should we give them? We'll also give them half graph paper and line paper. So let's say we were creating some kind of grid book like this. Maybe architects are going to use it, or engineers, something like that. Now what you can do is go multi-page select, and you can select all those pages, and then you can just insert them again and you can duplicate them. So if you want to make your whole book look like that, you can just like duplicate that 20 times, boom, paste, and you can see we've repeated that pattern throughout the book, and there's now 60 pages that are just that pattern. So this is really a very powerful tool. You can really mix up your designs in this. You can build a very structured book using the builder page. And we even have some fun things like you can do shuffle pages. So if you want to create a lot of books with different grids in, for example, you can shuffle the pages so that each book has a different layout. You can have a lot of fun with this. There's a lot of power in the Tangent Builder. We've included these little arrows to make it easier to scroll through your book. You can scroll to the top, bottom, or middle using those arrows. You can also, of course, you can change the trim size of your book. You can include your bleed, yes, no. And then when you're finished, you download your PDF, and that is your PDF ready to upload to KDP. So now we have our PDF, we have our cover all made. All that's left to do is to go into KDP. We're going to create a paperback book. And if you have the list helper, you're using Tangent Templates, that can actually speed up the process of creating a listing for you because you can just choose from one of the templates you've already created for your listings. If not, you can just go in here, fill out your information for your book, and then you're just going to upload your PDF print cover, you're going to upload your interior, hit finish, and within a few minutes, your book will be in the review process on KDP, and hopefully within a few days, it should be live on Amazon. Do allow them a little bit more time. I know over Q4, they have been swamped with people creating awesome books. Do allow them a little bit more time. Usually it's up within a few days. It may be up to a week at the moment. But yeah, you can get your book created very easily on KDP using Canva and Tangent Templates. Is an awesome combination. I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love to hear what you think. Have a great day. Bye.